from Washington, So that's the way I see it.
But what is the ramifications? Let me.
Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because there was an echo, and I just want to eliminate the echo completely. But what do you think will be the ramifications? Because within a span of less than a week, you had a nuclear scientist, the head nuclear scientist of Iran, assassinated, and then an RGC general and some of his comrades assassinated at the Syrian-Iraqi border by drones. What do you think is the ramification, and how can Iran not strike back? Because they've already lost 2 generals, one barely escaping assassination during the time that Soleimani was killed.
Right. Well, I guess they're just kind of at this point, given the fact that there's a new administration, coming online within a couple of months, they're probably gonna try to cool their heels, so to speak, and not do anything precipitous, because they're playing the long game. But I'm sure they have ideas and plans as to how to retaliate. I hope they do. I would imagine they do. As to how they will go about doing it, I think they just want to play their, cards close to the chest right now until, things kind of settle out, in terms of, who's in charge here, in the States, They don't want to burn their bridges, so to speak. But we'll see. I mean, and it's hard to predict. I'm not a soothsayer, but I can just kind of imagine, what might be their thinking,
The reason I ask that is because they may want to cool their heels, but they too, just like here in America, they too have a public audience that they have to play to, and they also have people in power positions that want revenge, because these are actually open acts of war. If these were done to America, France, or Great Britain, it would be talking about no de-escalation and let's not escalate. They would be talking about this has been a declaration of war against these sovereign states, and then they would act militarily. Why is it that all of the Western nations are demanding not to escalate and think through things after one side has been hit? That's not sound reasoning.
Well, no, you're absolutely correct, and I totally understand where you're coming from. And to see, the thing is, the Western nations, they're warmongers. They're bloodthirsty, and the nations that they target, they just want to live in peace. They want to protect their sovereign rights. They want to develop their economies. They want to, make a better life for their people. So they're not itching for war like we are, it's the same with China, the same with Russia. We're the ones who are provoking them, right? Like with Russia, we said, oh, we're not going to move NATO to your borders, but then we went ahead and did it, like Ukraine, which was once integral part of the Soviet Union, and before that, the Russian Empire, the breadbasket of Russia, right? And to imagine that, to allow the West to grab hold of that, it's inconceivable. It's the underbelly of Mother Russia. It's like if the Russians, if Texas seceded and had an alliance with Russia, I mean, what would we do?
Right.
We would be in there in no time whatsoever, no question asked, but the Russians, all they had to take over the Crimea because they had their naval base in Sevastopol, They're not going to give that over to the Nazis that took over in Kiev, under the instigation of of the neoliberals in the Obama administration. You know, and then the same with China in the South China Sea, Hong Kong. You know, this is sovereign Chinese territory. It has been, you know, long before the People's Republic came along. You know, you know, the U.S. tries to instigate, you know, problems, troubles, and you know, these other countries, they, you know, they're going to protect their own rights, and you know, they're going to push back. But you know, they don't want to have a hot war with anybody. You know, so maybe they hold back more than the Western countries do. You know, we just go and invade whoever we goddamn please without any concern for anything. You know.
And then after the invasion, we talk about everybody else, and we tell everybody else human rights and the rule of law and sovereignty after the United States ignores all of that.